Today's topic is 10 ways to attract your dream clients in 2024. And of course, it's just me and Andrew today. James is off gallivanting in Athens, so just myself and Andrew on the podcast today. We're going to blow it out the water, mate. What I was going to say is that, of course, as trainers, we've all had those clients who, I don't want to say dread, is dread too harsh a word? So we do want to, as much as, we all need clients, we all want clients, it's got to be the right client, hasn't it?
It is, and dread does sound a horrible word, but we've been there. We've been in the trenches as coaches, and when you look at your diary and you see a certain name on that list, and they're those negative energy vampires that just suck that positivity out of you. So as the owner of our business, the owner of our destiny, we can make the right choices to attract and find the types of clients that we want to work with. So that's what we're looking to obviously help you with today.
Indeed. No soul suckers. Well, just put it out there. So, as I say, this is 10 ways to attract your dream client. So, number 1, sharing success stories. How can sharing success stories help attract your dream client?
Well, when we're trying to market ourselves, we can be positive, we can be confident about our abilities, and we can broadcast that to the world as much as we want, and that will have some connection with an audience. But there's nothing better than somebody else talking highly of you, and that's where as coaches, having our clients talk about the successes that they've had, that can have real impact to somebody listening. And if they're coming from a similar background or have overcome a particular obstacle or fitness challenge that the person listening or reading the content that you're putting out there, if that resonates, as I say, then that's going to have a significant impact, and it's going to actually have more impact, in my opinion, than what we have to say ourselves as a coach. So that's where it play a really part. It's that emotional connection, I guess, essentially, that's going to resonate.
And obviously, if these are already your favorite clients sharing these stories, and it's resonating with somebody else who has similarities to them, then obviously they're inevitably going to be, you would like to think, the right kind of person you want to work with.
Exactly, and these people, they're telling you that they're excited, their friends are excited for them, that they've had some success. These people, these clients that have had the success become raving fans of yours then, and they're telling more and more people. So if we're able to harness that energy, that positivity, and build it into a success story, then it's going to have real impact to similar types of people that you're looking to attract into the business.
Definitely. Tip number 2, fitness hacks and tips. I'm not a big fan of the word hack, actually, so let's just call it fitness tips. What's important about sharing fitness tips?
But again, it's really to justify that you're the authority in your particular field of expertise within the health and wellness industry. If somebody sees this and they start following you and they're enjoying the types of tips that you're providing them, how to squat effectively, how to swing a kettlebell, basic things like that. These are terms that people are searching for in Google, Bing, and so on and so forth. So if they're finding your content and you're delivering that tip, you're showcasing your skills, essentially. And as I say, you're building some trust, and ultimately then that's going to draw them into wanting to connect with you, if you do it right, of course. And equally, you want to have a call to action there to make sure they understand what you expect for them to do next. But yeah, absolutely, fitness tips that are great. The way I would position these would be social media. So if you're doing Instagram reels, or there's a Facebook, or there's a video that you're doing on YouTube showcasing this tip, then it leads them into following you, and then ultimately coming into your marketing funnel where you can build that rapport with them.
Fantastic. And as you say, important to make sure you do have a call to action attached with that tip as well. Expert interviews. Now, obviously, doing the podcast, we are a lot of experience in this. I think our Mike Boyle episode a few months back. It was one of our most ever listened to and downloaded episode. What is it about having experts on your podcast or interviews on maybe on blogs or something that help elevate your credibility?
It just helps, it does exactly that, as you say. It elevates your own credibility. So if you've got somebody, as we have had, Mike Boyle, we've had Perry Nicholson on, there's the Dan Johns of this world. These people are known within the industry, and they've got a certain profile. They're successful, and they've got a big community of followers. If you are connected with them, so you have them on your own podcast, then by association, you're going to get some of the positivity juice that they bring to the table.
I like that. Positivity juice. I like that term. Nice.
There may be some negative connotations around that perhaps, but we'll work with it for the moment.
Move on.
Yes, quickly before we dig any deeper. But people then associate us at the same level, and they'll want to find out more about you. And if you deliver some great content when you're connected with that person, and again, you've got that call to action, people are going to look to find out more about you, and then they can then sign up to your list, and they're in your marketing funnel again. But ultimately, it's that authenticity, that getting that respect, showcasing your skills, and harnessing those foundations of trust, which are key.
Fantastic. Number 4, behind the scenes. What is the power of showing behind the scenes content and helping attract the right clients?
People are nosy, it just...
Good point.
We go on social media, we're not looking to be sold to, we're looking to find out what exciting lives our friends, our colleagues, those people that we know, those influencers, what exciting things have they been up to today? But as I say, we're nosy. We want to learn, that's why these property shows, you go into the houses of the rich and famous. We just like to see behind the scenes. And equally, if there's somebody who's interested in working with you, they're wanting to find out more about you, they'll go to your website, etc. They'll learn about who you serve, what you do, what types of services you offer. But equally, if there's a video there that shows on your social media, or equally on your website, that shows behind the scenes, it gives them a flavour of what you're about, and it plants a seed and helps them decide whether that's the right venue, the right facility for them. And then when they rock up for their consultation or their strategy session, or whatever that first point of contact is, there's going to be some familiarity with it. As they work through the door, they're going to recognize, yes, I'm in the right place, particularly if you're in like an industrial outlet, like a CrossFit facility. It might be a little bit more difficult to find. But if you've done a video showing where you are, how to get to it, going in through the front door and giving that tour, that virtual tour, then there's that sense of, as I say, familiarity. So they're all key points on that side of things, and it's a great piece of content to actually create. I think more of us should do that.
Definitely. Number 5, addressing challenges and solutions. Now, obviously, as trainers, this is a huge part of what we do. Can you dive into this one a little bit deeper for us, Andrew?
Yeah, again, it's just looking to empathise with the position that person's in, to highlight the fact that you are confident of the services you offer, and that you know what you're talking about. And again, if you're creating content around the problems and challenges that people face, and you'll know what they are, your clients are talking them through during a session, or there's a prospect who will ask you if you're able to help them with a particular health and wellness issue. These are all great pieces of content that if you put them up onto your social media or into a blog post and you answer them, Again, this goes in line with that book that I love, They Ask, You Answer. Again, you're showcasing your skills, your authority, you're building trust, and all this plays its part then into helping them make the decision that, yes, you are the health and wellness provider that's going to be able to help them achieve whatever goal they're looking to achieve. So it's a great piece on that side. And it comes as well, I think, it's always hard to come up with content, or we make it hard on ourselves to find what content to create. But if we take a step back and think, you know, what did Josh ask me in the session today? Oh yeah, that's good. If one client's asking it, others will be wanting to know the answer, and that's why I think addressing challenges and solutions is the way forward.
Definitely. I'm going to roll the next two kind of into one. So this becomes 9 ways to attract your dream clients. Motivational and interactive content.
Yeah, content's key. Obviously, we use content to build awareness. You know, say, hey, here we are. This is who we are, what we do, and who we serve. Motivational content, it can stand out, and it can track. People love motivational quotes and that, and they still play their part to a degree, I think. But there's better ways of attracting and getting interaction these days from our social media base. I think polls and stories make a lot, and challenges work more effectively, and that's the interactive content side of things, because that starts a conversation then, because you can see who's connected, and there's various tools and software now that you can then, based upon a poll, for example, let's say the poll was kettlebells or exercise machines or something, free weights or resistance machines, then you can go back to that person and start a conversation. Why did you say free weights? Oh, you like free weights, and that conversation through a DM can then lead to potentially them converting into a client. And Q&As, again, using that challenges and solutions, opening up and doing a live Q&A with your audience, that can again showcase your skills, which could then lead to somebody connecting with you afterwards, that they then look to ask, can they come in for a strategy session?
Yeah, fantastic. Number 8, networking opportunities. Why are networking opportunities crucial for attracting clients?
This is a biggie, I think. It's not what you know at times. Of course, that plays a key part. It's who you know. So the more people you know, the bigger you grow your network, then the more those people, once they are talking to their friends, colleagues, etc., they can then refer those people to you because of that network, that connection that they have with you. And equally, you know, I had big success. Well, actually, it was the first real corner I turned, and it generated the momentum moving forward, was when I was realizing who my target client, my ideal target client was, what other businesses they worked with. So I then went to them, the hairdressers, the nail salons, the massage spas, and so on, and they were then able to refer clients to me, and I was able to refer clients to them. So that's where that networking plays its part, and you know, we should all be looking at building the network of folks that we know as much as we can.
Definitely. The next one, number 9, is it's a big one. Writing a book. We've done a few here at Strength Matters, a few ebooks, and obviously our Maximum Aerobic Power. It does take time, potentially a scary one for trainers out there to think about.
Yeah, definitely scary, because we always, a lot of us don't see ourselves as writers, but we are content creators, and you might not be the best person at writing, but you might be great on a podcast, you might be good on audio, and you could be very comfortable on video, so you'll have your YouTube channel and all that. Whatever medium you choose, let's say it's audio or video, that can be, the audio can be ripped, the video can be transcribed, and that becomes the basic content, written content on a particular topic. But the reason why we mention writing a book is it just helps enhance, again, your authority and positions you in the market. Those who have got written content like books are going to rank higher than those that don't, and they can be given away. They can be open the door to you be then getting workshop gigs or on stage presentations when you're talking about your particular field of expertise. And so they help open the door because, as I say, it positions you a lot higher within the field that you're working in.
Definitely. And the final one, consistency in posting. Now, we all know how important consistency in training is, but it's just as important when you're trying to attract the right clients, right?
Absolutely. Within Strength Matters, I did a post in our members section talking about clarity. Clarity is key, and that's one of the buzzwords that I'm focusing on this year. But that goes in line perfectly with consistency. And we need to, as you say, we tell our clients to be consistent in their training, in their eating habits to achieve a goal. Equally, as business owners, we want to make sure that we're consistent in every action we do, but in this instance, in our posting. You can come up with good content and post, let's say today, but then if there's radio silence for 3 or 4 weeks, top of mind awareness is gone. You've been forgotten about. So I'm not saying that you need to post 20 times a day. We're not all Gary Vee. We don't have that team behind us. But it's finding a frequency that you can commit to. We talk about it here on the podcast when we're recording, making sure that we're getting them done in batches so that we've got that consistent posting of them as they go live. And it's finding what works best for you, but consistency is key to success going forwards, no matter what we do, but certainly in posting in the initial instance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Andrew. That was amazing and awesomely in depth there. Obviously, you guys listening out there, that was a lot to take in. I would say, and would you agree, Andrew, maybe you don't have to do all 10, maybe pick 1 or 2 to focus on, get consistent with those, and then obviously you can expand once you've nailed down even just one, as in whether it's sharing success stories or fitness tips, whatever you want to start with. Pick 1, get consistent, and then expand from there. Thank you so much, mate. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you want to find out what's holding you back from growing your fitness business, go to strengthmatters.com/audit.